about one of the most popular go-to-market strategies, particularly works well with technology solutions such as SaaS and things like that, but it's something that you should think about in taking your new venture to market. This is called product-led growth, and it's how you use your product as your primary sales tool. So we're going to be talking about that. Now, imagine a world where the product is so good that people love it, that they just buy it without you having to do a whole lot more. You don't need salespeople, don't need all those things. You just need a really, really good product. This is not a fantasy. This is done consistently out in the marketplace, particularly with software. We're going to break down a 3-step framework that companies like Slack, Calendly, Dropbox, others have used. The problem with the traditional playbook, and what we're going to talk about tomorrow, which does still work for some companies, sales-led growth, is that it can be expensive. You've got the CEO yourself has to be the salesperson. If you're covering areas, you have to hire a salesperson, and that just requires payroll and benefits and lots of overhead along the way. And it creates this crazy cycle in sales-led growth where you just have to hire more people to do more sales. Whereas with this model, product-led growth, you just have to build a really, really good product. Now, both are hard, right? Hiring people, getting the right people, training them, building an amazing product that people are going to love. But if you do build a great product, you can have it act as your primary sales vehicle with some specific things built into it. So product-led growth, it's a go-to-market strategy where the product itself is the primary driver. Instead of pushing a product with a sales team, the product itself pushes it through some things that you do. A myth that you need to be careful of, though, is if you build it, they will come. This is a line that was used in an old movie about baseball. And it was the idea of just building things and then people will show up. That is where the vast majority of founders that I see online or that I talk to go wrong. They just think if they build something, people are going to show up. And that's not necessarily what happens. You do have to do some things for product-led growth to work. If you know what Slack is, if you don't know, I use it all the time, daily. It's a communication channel, communication software that allows you to talk to people via channels and direct message and things like that. It's very popular with companies. And what they did was, it wasn't just about building a good chat app. What they did was they launched via invitation only early on to create buzz. And so what this did is created a scarcity mentality. I can remember people messaging each other saying, hey, do you have Slack invitations so that I can get into it? The other thing that Slack did is they obsessed over a frictionless way to get signed up. I don't remember how it worked back in the day, but essentially today, if you're joining a Slack channel, you get an email sent to you, you click a button, next thing you know, you're in that Slack channel. So it's very, very frictionless. And what they also use is called a freemium model, which means the lowest tier of usage, the lowest subscription to the platform is completely free. And what's great about this is it allows anyone to try it. You can try it out. You can experience it. You can feel how collaborative it is. You can connect with other people. The thing is they didn't just build the freemium model. They built other tiers of subscription, and you have to pay for those to unlock better features along the way. But the freemium model allows them to get people into the solution, check it out, and hopefully then convert to a paying model if they really like it. So it's this self-fulfilling loop. We call it a flywheel, right? So what happens is step one is you're wanting your user to discover immediate value. You want them to feel it immediately. With product-led growth, you can do that. You can put them straight into the experience, hopefully within seconds, maybe minutes at most. I call that speed to experience. The faster your customer can get into the experience, the better off it's going to be. Okay, step two is they experience that value repeatedly. So it's no good if they're just showing up and they're experiencing the value the one time. They need to experience it over and over and over and over. The aha moment gets them in the door, but you have to build a product in such a way that it gets them coming back, doing it over and over and over. And that means figuring out what the right features are. Examples could be Duolingo, which is a app that teaches you other languages. They use a streaks and goals feature to kind of get you encouraged to keep coming back. I have a journaling app I use called Day One. Day One will actually tell you how many days in a row that you've journaled. And that is encouraging me to want to come back and keep that streak alive. I know my daughter, she's on Snap, and I've seen where she'll send these random snaps to people just to keep their Snap streak alive. That's gamification of the system, and that is product-led growth at its best. Step 3, you got to share the value. So you have to make it in such a way that it's easier for people that are experiencing the value to share it easily. So if you know what Calendly is, it's a calendar scheduling app. So I can send you a link that includes available times to meet with you on my calendar. It's synced with my Google Calendar, and I send you a link. If you've never used Calendly before, when you get that link from me and you pick a time for us to meet, you get that experience right away. Also, Calendly will then, once you've used it, include a link for you to sign up and get a Calendly account. Very easy. Dropbox does this when you're sharing files. If I share a file with somebody via Dropbox, there's also a link for them to create their own account, get rewards, those types of things. This is all gamification of how you're getting your product to be the sales engine on your behalf. So let's talk about Tailscale. So this is a case study. So they built a VPN. If you don't know what that is, that's basically a solution that allows you to, let's just say, surf the internet without your URL being tracked. It's incredibly easy to set up. They focused on developers as their target market, and they had a very generous free plan that people could use to experience the aha moment early on. That developer hopefully loves it so much that they bring the tool to their team. So most developers either work with other developers in a corporate setting, or they have their own business, but they talk to other business owners, and so they share that. This networking tool allowed that solution to grow. It took them 4 years to get the first 5,000 business customers, but only 10 months to double that to 10,000. And that was when they got focused on a product-led growth approach. This is also becoming crazily important for AI solutions. You're seeing this, right? So to recap, 3 steps for product-led growth: allow your users to feel the value instantaneously, allow them to feel that value repeatedly, and then provide a way for them to share that value effortlessly with other people. Marketing's job becomes getting users to the solution. Sales job becomes getting people to love the product and expand and upgrade, but the product itself sells itself and converts those free users into paid users, and you get a very inexpensive customer acquisition cost and hopefully a very big lifetime value. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about sales-led growth and when it is appropriate. Another example of that would be in enterprise solutions where you're selling to large companies. Talk about that tomorrow. Hope you have a great day.